Hey guys, how's it going? Static here with yet another tutorial. Today what I'm going to be showing you how to build is what we see in front of us here. Now this is what I call SSAGE, which stands for Static Sand and Gravel Engine, which does pretty much what it sounds like. It's a system for generating a large amount of sand and gravel in a very short amount of time with very little effort. And so I'll give you a quick demonstration. All we need to do is hold down right click on this lever. And in a very short amount of time the system produces a large amount of sand. Now as you can see, all I've got in my inventory at the moment is 8 blocks of sand. However, in that short amount of time it's produced more or less 1.5 full stacks of sand. Now I'd like to thank Pokeboy08 for alerting me to the initial glitch. Be sure to head over to his channel and show the guy some love. He tells me that he'll be starting up a new series very shortly as well, so be sure to head over there and check that out. Now, making a SSAGE is very quick, very easy, and very cost effective in terms of resources. All you're going to need to make one is a couple of tools, some gravity affected blocks, so either 8 blocks of sand, 8 blocks of gravel, or a mix, 8 sticky pistons, now at least 1 block of glass, but I like to use 2 just for the sake of symmetry, 1 lever, 1 redstone repeater, some redstone dust, some sort of a block that you're going to make the actual structure of the SSAGE out of. I'm going to use cobblestone for mine, 2 buckets of water, and 2 signs. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is figure out where you want to build your SSAGE, and so I'm going to be building mine right here next to my original one. And you want to make 2 4-block long columns of your solid block. So I'm going to use my cobblestone there, and so make one directly parallel to that with a 2-block gap in between them. Now the next thing we're going to do, just to save ourselves some trouble later on, is dig our channel for the redstone wiring. Now the channel is going to be 2 blocks deep, and it's going to go directly underneath the farm. It's also going to be 6 blocks long, with the extra blocks on either side of these cobblestone channels. So I'm going to start digging mine here. Now you want to place your channel on the same side of the SSAGE as you're going to have your lever. So I'm going to have my lever on the left hand side here, so I've dug my channel on the left hand side here. If you're going to dig it on the put your lever on the right hand side, you dig your channel there. Now after digging our 2 block deep channel, you also want to dig out this block right here in front of your cobblestone row, and then 1 block further in this direction, but only 1 block deep. Alright, now that we've done that, we're going to place our pistons. And so how we're going to do this is you want to stand on one of your solid block rows and jump stack up 4 blocks, like so, and then dig out the 3 blocks underneath the top block. Now with those blocks dug out, you can place your piston on the bottom of that block and then extend the row out 3 more pistons. And then do the exact same thing for the opposing row. Once your pistons are in place, you want to quickly chuck down your gravity affected blocks, and so you want to place one of those directly underneath each piston. And so now what's going to happen is when we activate and deactivate that lever on the front of the farm, it's going to cause these pistons to reach down, grab the sand blocks or gravel blocks, and pull them back up. However, the gravity affected blocks are going to come unstuck from the pistons and fall back down. And this repeated motion of picking the sand or gravel up and dropping it down is going to cause the gravity affected block to break. However, the block glitches out and it'll both stay stuck to the piston and break out into the channel, duplicating the blocks. However, the direction that the little item block goes tends to be a little bit random, and so you can get those flying off this way or out to the sides. So you want to encase your gravity affected blocks. Now you might be tempted to do this out of glass so that you can see what type of block you're going to be duplicating. However, I have tried this and the blocks tend to get stuck inside the glass, and so you lose about half of your produced items. So as tempting as it may be, guys, use a solid block. Alright, so now that that's done, we're going to quickly run our redstone wiring and place our lever. Okay, so what you want to do is run redstone wire from this block here all the way to the back of the system. Oops. just like so. However, the redstone wire is going to end up being quite long, so we're going to need to place a repeater in this channel here. So I'd be placing it here, but you can place it pretty much wherever you want. Okay, so once that's in place, we can chuck a stone block here and put our lever on the front. And now we need to close off the top here so we don't destroy all of our wiring with the water we're about to place. However, if you place a solid block here, it's going to cut off the wiring at this corner. And so flipping this lever is only going to power this top piece of redstone, not the whole wire. Now, you might be tempted to place the redstone on top and place a torch on the side. However, I've experimented with placing torches throughout this design, and it seems that placing torches causes the system not to work. First, it adds some weird delay in, and the timing is very specific. And second, the torches tend to burn out if you quickly turn them on and off again repeatedly. So don't place redstone torches anywhere in this system, guys. Now, for those of you not aware, the reason we're going to be placing a glass block here is that because it's treated as a non-solid block, redstone is able to pass through glass, or at least act like it's passing through glass. So we're going to place one glass block here, and then for the sake of symmetry, I'm going to place one here as well. So with those in place, we're now able to cover up our redstone wiring. However, keep in mind not to place a solid block here, otherwise we'll have the same issue as we were going to have over there. So what I would suggest is place a dirt block here, and then place a cobblestone wall at the back there to hold in the water that we're about to place. Now, you also want to make this too high, just so that we don't have the sand or gravel blocks flying out the back of the machine as well. Next, you want to make a little bit of a staircase from the bottom here up to the top of our farm here. This is going to be to run our redstone wiring up, and place some cobblestone blocks or whatever material you're using between each of the pistons. And this is where we're going to be placing our wiring. So once you've got that in place, you want to run the wiring up to the top and between all of the pistons, just like that. And now again, just for the sake of symmetry, I like to place a cobblestone block here. Although it's not symmetrical from the back, it will look like it is from the front, as you can see, and one block here. Now all that there's left to do is to place our signs just on the front of the farm above the glass blocks. Now what that's going to do is it's going to stop the water from flowing all the way out and flooding us out the front here, knocking off this lever, so on and so forth. But the water blocks we're going to place up the back here, and these are going to move all of the items that we create up to the front of the farm here, so it's easy for us to collect. And with that done, our sage is finished. All you have to do, as I've mentioned, is hold down right click on the lever here, and you'll produce mass amounts of sand or gravel. Now, you may be tempted to automate the design using either a redstone rapid pulsar, redstone clock, or some other method. However, the redstone rapid pulsar, as you'll see, it's far too quick, and also the torches have a tendency to burn out, so it's quite unreliable. A redstone clock made up in this way will actually work. It will cause the block to duplicate, as you'll see there. However, the issue here is that redstone clocks like this happen to be quite unreliable. If you log out and then log back into the game, they tend to break. Also, it takes a lot more redstone to make something like this, and doesn't really provide that much of a benefit. I mean, it doesn't take any effort really to sit in front of a lever and hold down right click, so this is probably going to take a little bit more effort. Now, I also had the idea of using sticky pistons with block detection as a means to automate the system. However, this does something quite strange. As you see, the sand block completely disappears. There's no collectible item, and the piston glitches so that there's two piston arms. So, yeah, strange stuff. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget that if you did enjoy it, please leave a comment, rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.